Nixa will forever hold a special place in my heart. In the fall of 1990, I did my student teaching at Nixa High School and became a faculty member in 1993. From the first day in the building, teachers and staff became my extended family. These dear people watched my own children grow up in the high school halls and eventually become graduates of the district. Over the last 10 years, it has been fun to see former students in the halls of the high school during their child's freshman orientation, and then to sit in the stands and to cheer on their children at Nixa events. People have always asked, why teach high school? With a smile on my face, I would convey to them that I thoroughly enjoy that age group and how rewarding it has been to teach them real-world concepts that they will use for the rest of their lives. 6 years ago, I was given the opportunity to become one of the district's data specialists. It has been a challenging but rewarding opportunity that I am forever grateful for. In retirement, my plan is to be more available to my husband, our children, my mom, his parents, and my first grandchild. Thank you, Nixa Public Schools, for giving me a chance to do what I have loved doing for 31 years.
You know, so many retirees say the same thing when asked, what will you miss the most? The kids. Their smiles, their hugs, their enthusiasm, all of it. I've taught art to thousands of kids, had some of the best principals I could ask for, and made some amazing friendships along the way. Having been in the same building for all of my 30 years, I truly consider it my home, and I will miss it. It's hard to walk away from such an amazing experience, but I am ready for the next chapter in my life. I will be the proud owner of my own sweets food truck and plan on going on as many cruises as I can in my retirement. Thank you to those of you who have supported and encouraged me through the good days and bad. It has truly meant the world to me.
I would hope everyone would say to children, that's why we come. But I try to learn something every day. And I hope my last day in the classroom, my last day here, I am still learning something new to use. And this has been a special place to be here. I mean, we're a family. I have a son-in-law now because Mrs. Martin and I work together and set our kids up, and it's been rewarding and a blessing to be here. I started here in Thomas, what is now the Fab Lab, in 1999. Vicki Haynes hired me. They needed to add a kindergarten teacher. I started in October of that year. My daughter was in kindergarten at SB. We both went back to school the same year. I'd stayed home with her. My brain is still learning and going and wanting to learn, but my body, my knees are saying other things. It's time to spend some time with my husband. There's some trips we want to have and some experiences we want to have together.
It's just such a great school. In my opinion, one of the best around. So many good people, great staff, the kids are great, parents are really good. It's a really good district to be in. Well, sort of an interesting story. I started my student teaching here with Jay Osborne. I think that was in '94 when this was the high school. So I did the second semester with him, went to Pleasant Hope for 4 years, but then came back here to Nixa to be a PE/health teacher. And the first year was over at Fott, and then the second year was the first year here at this school, at this building, and then went to Mountain Grove for about 20 years and then came back for the last 3. So I've kind of been here 3 different times. Plan on playing a lot of cornhole, do a lot of hunting, fishing, that kind of thing.
What I'll definitely miss the most is the kids. Building relationships with the kids is what I'll miss the most. A lot of my favorite memories of the kids are doing the community service projects in FCCLA, kind of the out of school, getting to see them in a non-classroom setting, doing things, interacting with the community and participating in community service projects. And that's been really fun for me. A long time ago when I first came to Nixa, we were helping out the kitchen. We helped a group of nuns plant a garden. We used to sack groceries every year one weekend at Harder House because 10% of their proceeds go to the kitchen and to the homeless. One of my favorite things about my job is when I go anywhere, I always see my students, my former students, and they come up to me and they say things like, hey, remember when we cooked this, or when I made this in your class, or thank you so much for teaching me about how to take care of kids and, you know, how to cook. And that's really important to me because I know I made an impact.
I've picked my top 3 things that I'll miss the most. So first is kind of a strange one. It's my room. I enjoy decorating it, rearranging the furniture, making bulletin boards. I also enjoy getting to school early and enjoying the calm before the storm. And this has been my home away from home for 22 years, and I'm going to miss my classroom. Secondly, I'm going to miss designing lessons. I constantly hunt for labs, demos, lab stations, and strategies to incorporate in my classroom. I want to engage and excite the students. I want them to be eager to come to class and to learn content. I want to create aha moments. And this approach has had a surprising effect on me. It has caused me to be excited all these years to see how the activities will work, how they're going to go, what the students are going to learn. So I get excited myself over that. And I've, along the way, had many aha moments myself. Last is teaming. I love the Brainstorm team. I've worked with amazing, fantastic, and brilliant people who have uplifted me and have made me a better teacher and a better person. They will always be a part of me. Nixa Junior High has a great vibe, and I've been blessed to work here for the past 22 years. And in the future, if I'm half as blessed as I have been, I will have been one lucky teacher and one lucky person.
The things that I will miss about teaching are actually the things I'm grateful for in my life. The students I have taught and the opportunities that being a teacher has allowed me. I've worked with some amazing teachers, mentors, and administrators. I've appreciated veteran teachers that were willing to guide and direct me. We have the best resources right in front of us. Many who have challenged me to be a better teacher and taught me many ways to reach and connect with students. I will miss collaborating, learning, and laughing with each of my enrichment team members at Century, as well as the librarians in our district, and of course, my sister Beth. I'm grateful for all the students that I have been a part in their lives, and I will continue to be happy for former students that find their gifts and talents as they grow in their lives. I have taught kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades before landing in my dream job in the library. I started in Illinois, taught in Georgia, and then on to Nixa. One opportunity that I will cherish is that Nixa allows teachers to have their own children attend in the district. I live in Ozark, and I'm very grateful that my boys, Joe and Nick, were able to attend, play sports, and graduate from Nixa High School. I would also like to take the opportunity to say thank you to the many people that have prayed with me and for me, taught me new things, and have given me many memories that I will take with me as a start to the next chapter in my life.
This is my 15th year, so I was here when High Point opened. I was in other districts before, then I came here when they had that counseling opening. Seems like it was just yesterday. I feel like High Point is like my second family. Everyone here celebrates your celebrations, and they're there for you in the hard times, and they encourage you when you have a rough day. We're just a big family, and I'm going to miss having that family. I'm also going to miss the kids, the hugs in the morning and their smiles and their happy faces. You know, playing games with the kids is fun. Getting to make those personal connections, getting to know the families on a personal level. Sometimes I just go out to recess just to see them in a different environment and things like that.
What I will miss most when I leave teaching will be the relationships that I have with my students and their families. As a first grade teacher, I have no greater joy than seeing the mystery of reading become known to a student. When that aha moment happens, all the hard work and patience is worth so much. In my 21 years in Nixa, I have developed so many lifelong relationships with my students. To be invited and included in high school graduations and college graduations, as well as even weddings. I have tried to follow my heart and my love of teaching, and this quote sums it up pretty much all together. 100 years from now, it will not matter what my bank account was, the type of house that I lived in, or the kind of car that I drove, but the world may be different because I was important in the life of a child.
So I'm like, what am I going to not miss about Nixa? It's been a part of my life for 30 years. So I did my student teaching here with Mr. Thomas at East Elementary, and then started teaching at SB after 5 years of subbing. So I've been a teacher for 25 years. I'm going to miss the children the most, their smiles, their excitement at school. They make me smile every day. They bring so much joy in my life. 30 years of influencing children and just the love that's there, the happiness and excitement, and the here comes Mrs. Andrews excitement. Seeing their faces light up as mine lights up to see them. The administration is phenomenal here. The support that we receive just from the top down, you can't match it. I've made a lot of great friends. I've taught at 3 different schools, and those friendships have lasted through those 30 years. I love our school board. I've known many of them for the last 30 years, so I'm excited about that.
I think that the thing I will miss the most about being in Nixon and at Matthews is my students. It's a hard decision for me to even retire. I think I'm ready, but then I love teaching so much. So it's just been hard for me to even come to that decision. So when I think of my students, I think of their smiles. Like, they're always happy to see you. It doesn't matter if they're having a bad day. I get hugs every day, and I look forward to that when I come to work, and I truly will miss that. I'm going to miss just sharing their successes and when their faces light up. It's why I do this job, because I love teaching so much. It's who I am as a teacher. And then I also miss my coworkers, because they're really not just coworkers, but they're family. They're my best friends. I feel like I'm leaving a lot, and I'm just hoping that retirement is everything I want it to be.
I have worked in several school districts in different states also, and I have never seen the level of community support that the whole district has and the individual schools have. I will miss all of my students, most definitely, but that community support is amazing. I am retiring from Missouri, and I will be teaching in Florida for at least another 2 or 3 years. Pat Sutherland and Bridget Goldman have been amazing. I've grown in Nixa. I appreciate the community and the school also. It's just a beautiful place to work.
What I will miss most about working in Nixa is the enjoyment of working with so many wonderful coworkers to serve our students. I worked at SB Elementary during my first year in the Nixa district as a paraeducator, then transitioned to the Early Learning Center as office manager for the bulk of my years, prior to moving to the education office as Dr. Kopp's assistant for my final years. It's fun to see the students that I knew in ELC, now in junior high, high school, and beyond, having so many successes through their educational journey. My time at ELC was a great experience due to the teachers that I had the privilege to know, and Principal Jennifer Tilley and Principal Laura Wilbur. One of my main duties through all but the first year here at Nixa has been my involvement with the food service program and the Sodexo staff who truly serve the students with care and compassion. To end my years with Dr. Kopp has been very easy, as he is great to work for and keeps the office positive. As my work duties have evolved based on Dr. Kopp's new assignments, he has been very patient with me as I learn new processes regarding the many Nixa bond projects and new duties assigned to me. Dr. Kopp has been a blessing in my life and encouraged me to expand myself in the workplace.
You know, I've spent a lot of time thinking about it, and it's going to sound corny, but everybody who's listening to this will understand. It's the kids. It's not the paperwork. It's not the long weekends grading or evaluating essays. It's the day-to-day interaction with the students. There's never been a day where I woke up and not wanted to be here. I mean, they're great people, and we don't give them enough credit. This is my 18th year here. I was 11 years in Springfield. It is pretty surreal. Spring break was nice. It was an affirmation of my decision to retire at this time. I don't think it's quite hit me yet. My plan is to work with Missouri State University. I've been working with them for the last 5-6 years in regards to student teaching, and so my plan is to supervise student teachers and then potentially teach a methods of education course. I'll be working with a little bit older kids, and you know, the older kids here at the high school, they have a focus, they know what they want to do, so I'm hoping then I'll see the exact same thing in those collegiate kids, even more focused.
A lot of great memories. Some of the best ones, will involve basketball and just some of the players that I've been in contact with and the assistant coaches that have worked for me. Most of those guys have been just awesome. I'll miss our crowds at home. We've got a loyal fan base, and just our home basketball games and our Final Four runs and even our mediocre teams. We had some great kids play for us, and I'll just have a lot of great memories about just the people I've been in contact with, the teachers that I've had the pleasure of dealing with and working with, and had some great administrators, and just the staff. Staff's been really good, but mostly just the players and the staff, and a lot of good memories. It's kind of a surreal feeling, I started packing the office up not long ago and taking photos down, and being here so long, it's going through some of the desk drawers and just found some things that brought back some memories, but it's kind of a surreal feeling. If I'm in the area, I'll be the biggest supporter they have. And I'll sit up in the top row, and I'll try not to criticize the coaches too much. No, I'll be a great supporter, and I'll be around. Coach Blance is going to do a great job with the program. It's in good hands now, and he always knows if he needs something, he can just ask, and I'll be there to help. But it's going to be his program. He's going to go his own direction, and it's the way it should be. But I'll help in any way I can, and I'll be their biggest supporter. Great memories, and I hope we provided some great entertainment and made our school and our community proud.